Cool. Sweet. So I'll go over EU. I am not really that concerned about EU at the moment. Just gone over heaps of data and it just provides really next to no trades, or I don't really take many trades on EU at all. So it's really on the back burner in terms of the focus, but basically in terms of what it's doing, obviously we're starting to step our way back down after breaking that 4-hour high. Price does come into this big area here. You can view it as a demand area. It's just a massive, massive point. So I'm not looking at it that way. Obviously, just looking at price and where it's at right now, it's had this big break here and these obviously internal breaks on the way down. So it does make sense for price to do a retracement inside of that leg. Of course, you just need to see some good signs of that. It hasn't done an inducement for, like when it did its last inducement was a little while ago. So you would like to see it come up and break here, potentially sell back down, and then maybe look for a buy. But the chances of that I do feel are pretty slim. Looking for a buy where it is right now, you can do as it's inside of that point, and it is obviously at the bottom of this bearish leg. So yes, you can start to look. I just won't be. On AU does look a bit better. So we've obviously had this inducement just recently. It was probably about half an hour ago. It's come down and induced that low. Yes, obviously that whole point is inside of here, but not too phased about it, as this has obviously already mitigated that area, whatever was inside of there. Working inside of this bearish leg, been obviously bearish for a couple of days. So looking for price to retrace back up now that it's taken this low. I am keeping a bit of an eye on it, as we have, after inducing this low, come up and broke into the upside. So if price does pull back down and break this low, we can look for an entry. Don't love what it's doing here. I would have liked to see this be relatively quick in terms of actually like the flow of price with this entry, but got an alert there, so we'll keep an eye on it. Really though, it is just going to be a buy to sell. We've got a lot of selling pressure at the moment, and we've got a lot of bearish targets. So if we are getting into a buy, of course, I'll be doing just my usual 1 to 5, but really expecting for price to potentially just come up to here, some of these points, or even mitigation of these higher points to then sell back down. That's basically the run of the plan. All you, Buzz?
Oh. Alrighty then. Now, GU, a little bit more thought into GU. I'm kind of seeing the impulse being on the way down. So complex pullback, impulse, complex pullback. I'm expecting a reaction now to the downside, just in terms of the 4-hour structure. That's all I'm going to spend on the higher time frame, because fuck that. So down to the lower time frame. On the hourly, we've come in and induced into the mitigation of this point here, like we did at the start of the week, and now we've just been stepping down, breaking structure all the way down. We are in an extreme demand in our 15-minute range here. It is a valid point to look for a trade. It has done a break of structure to the upside, just like AU has, a nice 2-leg. So basically all I'm looking for it to do is just come and induce this, give us an entry model, and we're off to the races, which actually lines up well with London session for the first time in a little bit. Now, if that doesn't happen, I also do see this as quite a weak point, as this point versus this point, I think this one will win just based on higher time frame. So if we do blow through this, I'm more than happy to look for an inducement of this point and then look for a buy, or lining up with later on today. This point here holds a bit of value, as this structure did break, these highs here and break this structure here. So this would be the extreme in the hourly range. For me personally. So I'm basically looking for a price to either step down into there, look for a buy, or give us a minor inducement now, as we've had a mitigation of a really valuable point, and then look to buy off of that. So that's basically the options I see fit now. Like Dylan did explain with EU and AU, we are due for a huge retracement in our bearish leg. So this could be the start of that. I do see us long-term actually taking this low out and coming to this point. So that may be that price wants to do this, or price wants to do that. But that is the two options I see as viable for today's outlook. We have got US news later today, so you probably find that makes most of the move. So realistically, we want to be in that move throughout London, rather than looking directly before news, because there is a fair bit of it. So we could have a nice setup here to, take into a news trade, which would be good.
Sweet.
Kathleen.
Any questions on any of that? Relatively straightforward.
Wait.
No, cool.
No,
Everyone's
simple, I
fucking
think.
happy as Larry, eh? Done.
Awesome.
All right, sweet. Well, yeah, basically just going to be waiting for those alerts to go off on yeah, like Brad said, on GU or on AU. And when we do get those alerts, we'll let everyone know when we're expecting to go live.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Sweet. All right, guys. Speak to you all soon.
Thanks, guys.